Good morning, America. My name is Jose Santana, and you're watching America with Jose. Today's topic is Al Capone, the notorious gangster from the Roaring '20s. Al Capone was born on January 17, 1899. He was with his family and his 8 siblings. His parents were immigrants from Italy. His first time he got in trouble was in the 6th grade when he was just 14 years old. He assaulted his teacher. After that, he never returned to school ever again. This is when Al Capone started his crime life and how he moved on to get bigger power. Capone's first job was a bouncer for Johnny Toronto, a well-known mobster in Brooklyn. His first job is what got his first nickname, Scarface. Johnny decided to move to Chicago. In doing so, he also took Capone with him. Johnny was later on shot up pretty bad by a rival gang that was at war with them. At 26 years old, Capone would take the bootlegging business to max. Capone worked in 2 ways: give what the people want and make deals with those who like to continue the success of the outfit. If not, eliminate the opposition with heavy force. By 1929, one leader of the North Side mob stands, George Bugs Moran. To get rid of Moran, Capone made a scheme by which a mobster from Detroit contacted Moran about a load of illegal whiskey. The Prohibition. The Prohibition was the 18th commandment. It did not stop the consumption of alcohol, rather more the sales, manufacture, and transportation. This allowed Al Capone to make more profit in business. The reason why this amendment was made was because fathers would use too much money on gambling and alcohol. This would lead to families being torn apart and ruined. They also did this because most companies that sold alcohol were Germans. This was during World War I was ending. Citizens of the USA thought the prohibition would only take out hard alcohol like vodka, whiskey, and the beers and wines. That was not the case. Those who violated the prohibition were called bootleggers, and one of the best was Al Capone and his mob. Continuing back to selling illegal whiskey, Al Capone did something that left a mark in Chicago society: the St. Valentine Massacre. Leading the outfit for several years and dealing with constant conflict with others, he decided to end it. George Bug Marone was one of the last leaders of the North Side mob. He thought of a clever plan to get rid of him. His plan was to buying police uniforms and a police car off a policeman. That almost says that Al Capone has enough power to really do what he decides to whatever to do. He dresses up his men in police uniforms, especially his enforcer, Fred, also known as Killer Burke. Capone hired an outside man to say that he was selling alcohol to Moreau. In the North Clark Street garage, Moreau's men came in. The fake police officers came in. The fakes told them to get on the wall and spread eagle them. As Moreau's men were on the wall, submachine guns, a shotgun, and a .45 caliber revolver rained hell on them. On February 14, 1929, the fake police ran away from the scene and got away in the car and drove off. Al Capone had the perfect alibi. He was in Miami Beach at this time, so there was no way he could have done it himself. Al Capone did a lot of things in his life. He violated the prohibition, was a key element to the FBI, and was an amazing person in organized crime. Al Capone was a unique person to society, even today, because he shows us what true power means and what complete control feels like. And to most people, Al Capone may seem like a bad guy, but I feel like he's somewhat of I don't know, maybe an inspirer. I saw one of his quotes. He said, "I'm a kind person. I'm a kind to everyone. But if you're unkind to me, then kindness is not what you'll remember me for." I saw that quote and I questioned it myself, and it's not bad. It's true. The number one thing you want from people is respect. Like people, like 100%. Yes, people disliked Al Capone, but did people respect him? Yes, and that's what made him so famous. People respected him for who he was and what he did. Because what he did, he took it seriously, and he made the most of it. And no, the Roaring Twenties, it was a new era. It was time in its prime, but then right after that, the Great Depression came, and man, things got bad. But this is my podcast about Capone. My name is Jose Santana, and I'll see y'all the next morning.